Nikki, thanks so much. Well, the candidate filing period, it is now over, giving voters an idea of who they're going to be seeing on their ballot for the May primary.
That's right. The Republican primary is the big focus for many, with over 400,000 registered Republican voters as of 2020. Idaho News 6 political reporter Anna Azalian explains the impact the Democratic primary could have this year.
The Democratic candidates running or not running for office this year could bring some changes. Right now, there are 19 Democrats in the Idaho legislature, 12 in the House and 7 in the Senate. But 5 of these lawmakers, including members of Democratic leadership, are retiring, paving the way for someone younger or someone from the other party to take their place. Senator Grant Burgoyne and Representative Sally Toon are 2 of the 5 Democratic legislators who aren't running for re-election. At the end of his term, Burgoyne will have spent 14 years in the Idaho legislature.
There are very few legislative careers that are too short. I've seen quite a number that are probably too long.
He says redistricting is a time to take stock.
The legislature will change quite a bit, and now is a good time to make these changes.
Redistricting factored into Toon's decision also, but in a bigger way. The lines for District 26 shifted. On the old map, District 26 included Camas, Blaine, Lincoln, and Gooding counties. Now, District 26 still includes Blaine and Lincoln counties, but it also includes Jerome County and a small part of Twin Falls County.
As a Democrat, you have to look at the numbers and the voting records of the past.
Toon says there just aren't enough Democratic voters in the new makeup of her district. This isn't the only reason for her retirement, which is coming after 6 years in the legislature.
Politics is not a career, it's a service. And the next generation needs to learn the ropes and add their voice.
This is something that could happen in Toon's district.
We have 2 younger candidates running for District 26, and I'm going to work really hard to get them elected.
And while Toon believes people need to meet in a middle ground, something she calls a purple perspective, she's not sure the new District 26 is there yet.
Rural Idaho needs to understand there are choices. It doesn't have to be just one way. It's going to take a few years to build that thought process and those conversations in rural Twin Falls County because they've never had it.
Burgoyne says there's always concern about how Democrats are going to do in an election.
In a Republican state, we know that the legislature will be majority Republican for probably a fairly long time into the future, regardless of what other things may change.
He says the minority party plays an important role, regardless of how many lawmakers belong to it.
The legislation that's brought to the legislature, somebody needs to be there to challenge it, poke at it, prod it, ask the tough questions. And if it's all legislation coming from one side, those questions don't get asked.
There's not much competition in the Democratic primary, though. There are 14 districts where no Democrat is running for a seat in the state legislature, and there are only 2 districts where more than 1 Democrat is running for the same seat in the state legislature. Anna Azalian, Idaho News 6.
And while both of the lawmakers we just told you about didn't cite this as a reason for leaving office, they both say they've noticed a change in the political climate during their time.
Yeah, they say that things are more partisan and the conversations are less civil than when they first came into office. Now, political scientists, they're saying that they do see this different types of polarization, and one that has become concerning is polarization involving distrust of the political opposition, resulting in more aggression.
I mean, if we're unable to actually interact in a civil way with the opposing side, there's concerns on what that means long term for having a healthy democracy.
Senator Grant Burgoyne says he thinks younger generations might do a better job of solving this growing polarization, and he says maybe it's time for the baby boomers to make way for the next generation in the legislature.
Yeah, that's right. Idaho is definitely a red state, but there are always a handful of Democratic members of the legislature, like there are now. Political scientist Jacqueline Kettler says different situations, like a competitive district, can result in more than one Democratic candidate running, but what we're seeing this year is not unusual.
It can be hard to recruit candidates to run, especially in districts that you do not believe is going to be friendly to your party.
Kettler says this year's election will be interesting because of recent redistricting. We'll continue to follow all of the local races and keep you up to date with what you need to know ahead of the primary. The time is 6:38. Still